everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over the Star Path items for the Dapper Delight Star Path. Now I have pretty much finished the challenge. I do still have to get the Moonstone task done. So I've got to redeem my Moonstone still for that. But otherwise I have done the Star Path. I've got all the clothing, I've got all the furniture unlocked and stuff like that. So I thought it would be fun to go through all the items, check them out, look at the quality of them and things like that. So why don't we just take a look over here? I've got the big outdoor items. We'll head inside afterwards and check out the interior items and the clothing. But these are the big three. The big three items. Now, we'll start off with this tram cable car. I think this is so well detailed. Like, even looking at the workings under the tram, it's a really nice piece. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is so good. Definitely very well detailed. I think it will look good, especially if you've got the DLC and you've got the tram tracks. It's going to be perfect to combine those. That is something that I do want to do, is actually when I finally do a build, now that I've got all the items unlocked, I can do it. But my plan is to do a build with the items, and I will definitely be doing some sort of like tram lines for this. But yeah, it's a really nice item and a really good size. It definitely will take up a lot of space, but I think sometimes it's kind of good to have those big items, especially if you're stuck on a lower item count. Using bigger items is a great trick to use because it fills up space, but without using too much item count. So those items can be really beneficial for that. I do also just want to show it in the night time because it does light up. So you can see here we've got this front light that offers a really nice glow. We've got the lighting all around it and also on this side too. So yeah, overall it's a very nice piece, very well detailed. I do kind of wish we almost had a couple of colours of this, but I mean, maybe that's just me being a bit greedy. But I think it would have been fun to have like maybe a couple of different colours just to alternate. But otherwise, I think this is a lovely piece. Whilst we're in the night, I will just show off the fireflies here because they look gorgeous in the day, but they also look gorgeous in the night. These are fantastic. And if I go into furniture mode here, you can see how they mostly interact with, well, I say interact, sort of cover over other items. So if you did want to place it near items and stuff like that, you can do. Just be aware of that sort of 4 square limit. So I could put it in front of the gazebo. I can't put it fully inside, but you can certainly put it around the gazebo and things like that. Again, with the tram, I can't fully place it over the tram, but I can get pretty close. You can also do the same with the water. Just be aware of this 4 square in the middle, and so long as you're fairly close, you can almost make it look like the fireflies are near or over the water. So just a little trick there if you want to do that. But I do think they're gorgeous. The fireflies are absolutely stunning. I didn't think we would get something like this. So they have well exceeded my expectations because I think this is a perfect addition. This is also great if you want to have that kind of like fireworky effect without the hassle of fireworks in a dream snap. This is a great alternative. It adds that sparkle, it adds that shine, but you haven't got to worry about timing shots or anything like that. So I think for that reason, the fireflies are just such a great addition. And certainly as someone who loves the kind of like fairy core aesthetic, the fireflies really add that kind of magical vibe, and I'm going to be putting these throughout my valley 100%. Now moving on from the fireflies, we do have Tiana's Foods Tower. So this is in reference to the Bayou Adventure ride that they have. This is the tower, the water tower that they have. It's a lovely piece. I think I could use this a couple of times when decorating, but I don't think I'm going to use it too often. It's just not the kind of item that I could see myself decorating with a lot. It is a lovely piece. It is nice to see. I was kind of hoping we might get like more of like the kind of like log flume vibe of the ride. I was hoping we would get a ride actually, which is weird because I'm pretty sick of the rides, but that was one thing that I thought would be fun to have, like a log flume ride, just because it's so different to the rides we currently have. But either way, this is good, especially if you've got like any farm builds or things like that. I think this would work well with it. Like I said, I can definitely see myself using it maybe once or twice in a build, but it's not something that I would use a lot or all over my valley. Like comparatively to the fireflies and the gazebo, which we're going to get to next. Like, I just don't see myself using it as often as those items. But it is a lovely piece. Like, don't get me wrong. It is a nice piece. Now, talking of the gazebo, let's have a look at this. This is gorgeous. This is so beautiful. This was something that I really, really wanted. And I'm so glad they gave us it. Honestly, this is stunning. Such a beautiful piece. One thing I do want to point out, though, because of how this works and how you can put items under it and things like that, and you can put pathing under it, herbs can spawn inside of it. So just be aware of that. So if you don't want that to happen, putting a bit of pathing underneath will probably solve that issue. But overall, this is an absolutely stunning piece. The floral details, the details underneath. Honestly, this is for me what makes the star path worth it. This and the fireflies are everything. They are so gorgeous, so well done. The flowers, they are, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, obviously they look a bit fake. They don't have that kind of realism. They're not as well textured, but certainly from a distance it's stunning. But no complaints. This is going everywhere. I mean, look at that Mickey Cloud coming in behind us there. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Alright, so what I've done is I've moved some of the items out from the gazebo just to make it a bit easier to, thanks Jafar, to have a look at. So we have some kitchen furniture pieces here, which, why is everyone crowding? What are you all doing? We have a kitchen like counter side, and then we also have a corner piece. Now I've got to admit the detail on this is lovely. Like, look at the little frog motif and detailing here. The detailing on the cupboards themselves, like the handles and just the embellishments and stuff like that. It's very nice. The embellishments only seems to be on like the sides and the front. So the back is pretty plain, but that's not a big deal for me, because generally speaking, if I were to use this kind of kitchen furniture, it would be against a wall. I wouldn't have it out in the open. But it is beautifully detailed. I can't really complain about this kitchen set. It is lovely. Probably one of the better kitchen sets that we have. We also have this kind of like feather display, flowery display thing. This is really cute. It's a 1 square item. I think it's quite nice. Will be good to decorate with. Like, it does look good on the Tiana tables. My only beef with the Tiana tables that you craft, this isn't Star Path by the way, is that they've got a 4 square section on the top, so you can't like center anything and stuff like that. So yeah, but they do look nice. It works really nicely with the other Tiana items. We then also have this little trolley. I think this is going to be a good item to decorate with, because I think not only is it good in like a kitchen setting, I think it could work in like a room setting, like a living room or something like that. It is really nice. It is a nice piece. You can put a 1 square item on the top. So that's why I've put this like feather pot on top, just to showcase that. And then moving on, we also have this like Oh gosh, sorry there. This like pastry case kind of thing with like the donuts and the pies in it. We've got some coffee items on the top. I'm so glad we've got this item. I was kind of hoping we might get some pieces like this to decorate with. And it is kind of good. I think this would be nice in if you do like a bakery build. Like, I know I've done bakery builds before. You could use it for like in the sweet house builds, or the French bakery house skin, or just any general like kind of like cooking build that you do. I think this is a really nice piece. Now, one of my issues with it is that it is a 2x2 piece, so that's why I've put it on this table here. So you couldn't put it on top of these counters, for instance, which I think in some ways is a bit of a shame, because obviously it's a Tiana piece. It would be nice if all the pieces kind of work together. So yeah, unfortunately, if you do have this, it's not going to fit on a regular counter. It needs to be a counter or a table that's got like a 2x2 spacing. So just a little heads up for you there. But I think overall it is a very nice piece. I like how cluttered it looks, and especially with all the little cups on the table as well. Now we're going to move inside. We're going to take a look at some of the indoor only items like the flooring and stuff like that. And I will also go through the clothing and our little Dapper Croc friend who's been running around. Okay, and here we are indoors. Now ignore the stuff that's on the right. The stuff that is on the right is just stuff I've picked up from Scrooge's. But I've been trying to place stuff down to have a look at it and stuff like that. So let's start with the flooring first of all, I guess. The flooring's quite cool. It is very, very overwhelming. I feel the same about the wallpaper. It's a very, very busy pattern. And if you really like that, then that's good. But for me, it's just too much. I think if I use this flooring, I would need to have a very plain wall to go with it, or if I use this wallpaper, I will probably use it only on one wall as a feature. Now, when I did my live stream and we got Tiana in, I did see the wallpaper that Tiana has in her house, and I would much prefer the wallpaper that she has in her house than this. I hate to say it, but I think the wallpaper in our house is nicer. I mean, they're cool pieces, but I don't think I would see myself using them much. I just think, like I said, it's just a bit too busy for me. It's a bit much. I also find it weird how there's this like checker pattern to the flooring. So if you look here, it's like there's a split line down the middle and also going up where the patterns don't match. It's like they made a pattern and then just like repeated it, but because of how they did the pattern, it doesn't match. Like, why have we got this red floral bit going on to like a green bit? And I don't know, it just it kind of bothers me. I don't know if it bothers anyone else. So I don't rate the floor and wallpaper too highly. They're not bad. Like, they're well designed pieces, and like there's even a bit of sparkle in this wallpaper, which is gorgeous to see. I love that. But I also, just from like a practical standpoint and how I choose to decorate, this isn't necessarily an item for me, but it might be for you. It might be something that you love and are obsessed with. Everyone has different tastes and opinions, so definitely no judgment there with that. Next up we have this wall lamp. Now this is gorgeous. I absolutely adore this wall lamp. I think it's so pretty. I love the like floral lily pad kind of element on the top. I love this kind of like bronzy tone. I think overall that's a really nice wall lamp, and I could definitely see myself decorating with that a lot. And then we have the swinging chair. Now, I had high hopes for this. It is a very cute item. I think it's going to be good for decorating with. But practically, I'm sorry, look at this. What is the seating going on there? It's not good. It's not good. The way it clips, I mean, clipping is a major issue this update. I'm really surprised by how bad the clipping has got this update. I think it's one of the worst it's ever been. So I'm very disappointed. I also think it's a shame that she only like perches on the very edge of the chair. Like, no offense, love, that can't be comfortable. That cannot be comfortable. Like, you've got this whole swinging chair and she sits that far back, or that far forward, I should say. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't think it aesthetically looks nice. Like, I'm not going to be sat in there taking screenshots because it just doesn't work. Aesthetically, in a room for decorating, lovely. Practical uses, not so much. Now, let's move on to the clothing. So I do have all the clothing out here. We'll start with what I'm wearing at the moment. So we do have this felt cloche hat, I think it's called. And it is a lovely, lovely hat. I love the detailing on it. It's very, very, very pretty. Really nicely designed. Obviously, my issue with it is that obviously it does pretty much make your character bold. I have this issue all the time with hats like this and like onesies and stuff. I hate how it kind of hides the hair that you wear. If I go into wardrobe and I go into hairstyle, see, it just removes it. It just removes it. Yeah, if you go back in, it will just remove any hair that you're wearing. So I think it's a bit of a shame. That's something I have a personal issue with. I know others don't, but yeah, I don't see myself wearing this hat much for that reason. Maybe if there's a dream snap theme that it's good for, I might, but otherwise it's not going to be something I choose. Then we have this coat. This coat is really, really pretty, but because of the way this is designed, you can't really like put like t-shirts underneath it. Like if I put a top on, you can't see it. It doesn't change anything. And then if I put a skirt on, now this is what I have major issues with. Look at this clipping. This clipping is absolutely horrendous. It is so, so bad. And even on the shorter skirts, like there's clipping there. I'm just very, very disappointed with the clipping issues this update. I do think the coat itself is kind of nice, but it does feel like we can't accessorize with it. Like I feel if I wear a skirt, it's just going to mess it up. So the only way to then use it is to wear it with trousers underneath, which just isn't really my aesthetic, to be honest. But maybe that's a personal thing. But yeah, kind of a bit gutted. It is a nicely done coat, but it's just not, it doesn't have that wow factor. Let's interact with this and wear this outfit. So this is like the flapper dress. I knew when I saw this I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't like the shape of it on my character. I don't think it looks very flattering. But that's just a me thing. You might love it and that is totally valid and fine. But we do have a lovely bit of shine from the silver detailing. So I must admit in that aspect, in terms of like a beadwork replica, it is very, very good. And I do like that the purple pattern is textured. It almost feels like it's got like hidden sequins, which I think is very cool. And then we do also have this kind of like fringe bit. The fringe is kind of stiff. They're not like loose bits of fringe, but that's fine. I don't expect that, to be honest. It's a nicely created dress. I'll give you that. It's a nicely created dress. They've obviously put work into it. I do appreciate that. But in terms of like clothing I would wear, I don't see myself wearing this much. Next up, we also, I should have pointed out the hair. The hair is actually one of the new hairs as well. And you can see here with the colorway how the highlights work as well. But let me put on this Naveen outfit. I actually really like this outfit. I think this outfit's amazing. I love the top and like shirt and tie combo. I like the trousers as well, and I like the shoes. What I love is that this outfit is like individual pieces, so you can mix and match. If you don't want to wear like the trousers, you don't have to wear the trousers. You could like put on a skirt instead, which I think is fantastic. If you don't like the top, you could, you know, get rid of that. Get rid of the top. I just love how customizable it is. And even the shoes are separate, so you can see how I've got them on this green dress outfit here. So I love that. Gameloft needs to do this more, where they give us the option to have outfits as one whole cohesive look, or to mix and match. If I take off the hat, you can see here the Naveen hairstyle. So there's a bit of highlights at the front on the little kind of like curls, and then highlighted details on the hair that's kind of like pushed back. So that again is really, really cool to see. And then we have our last outfit here. Now this I like. This I do. I do like this dress. I really like this dress. I think it's quite nice. I have seen Tiana's level 10 dress. And out of all the like dresses that have come this update, Tiana's level 10 dress is the best, hands down. But this is nice. The gloves I'm not a big fan of. I don't like the clipping. I don't really like the pleather look. I feel like if these were more of a lacy all round, or looked a bit more fabric-y than kind of like pleathery, I would probably like them a bit more. But just sort of as they are, they kind of stick out and look a bit weird. These probably work for other outfits, but I just don't see how it works with like the purple dress and this green dress. I feel like it stands out a bit too much. We then have this hairstyle, which is gorgeous. I love this hairstyle. And if you change your highlight colour, you'll see the feathers here are a blue colour. So you could change that to a green to match, or you could have it be a contrasting colour, whatever you want. But it does mean that your base colour hair is all one colour. But just something to point out there. And then we also have the feather boa item. I was disappointed with this. It looks so weird. I mean, it's kind of cute how it flaps around, but it's disappointing how there isn't like a feather boa draping down the front. Because typically for me, when I think of feather boas, I think of them wrapping around the front of a character, around the front of a person, hanging down over the arms or over the shoulders. Having it hang at the back like this just looks weird. It kind of looks like I've got a weird neck tail thing. I don't know. It just, to me, it's a bit weird. It's not my vibe. I'm really disappointed in terms of that item, but overall it is, like, the dress is cute. I like the dress and I like the hair, but I think my favorite pieces for the clothing is the Naveen stuff. I think the Naveen stuff is so good. Just not with the feather boa. Okay, and lastly, I've come outside to show off the Dapper croc. It's very cute. I love the Dapper croc. I think he's so adorable. He's very, very cute. If I go into the zoomed in view, can I get it? Yep, there we go. Yeah, look at this. This is so cute. That is so adorable. In his little hat and the outfit. I think in terms of a critter, this is very, very cute. I like getting critters or companions in the star path. I think it's nice. I do prefer getting them in the star path over paying moonstones from. But yeah, this is a cute outfit. I think it's really in keeping with the whole theme and vibes of this update. So I do think this is a very, very cute item to have. So that is all the Star Path items. I personally think out of all the items, the gazebo and the fireflies are the best. I have enjoyed this Star Path. I think this Star Path is fairly good with items. I would not say this is my favourite star path in terms of like all the items. I think there's definitely a lot of weaker items and sort of stronger, just for my own personal taste, by the way. Like in terms of the quality of the items, the quality is really good, I would say. But in terms of like usage for myself and my own personal aesthetic, the two standouts are the fireflies and the gazebos, and they stand out massively. They are some of my favourite items in game. I think that's my problem, is that the gazebo and the fireflies are literally so good that it makes all the other items in this star path just feel a bit more lackluster. Yeah, which is, I feel bad for saying, because like I said, these kitchen counters are beautifully decorated and stuff. There's nothing wrong with these other items. It's just the gazebo and the firefly just stand out so much. They're so good. I also feel like the clothes are kind of a bit more lackluster this update, but that's probably, again, a personal taste thing. I don't think they're my kind of style. I do love how Naveen's outfit is individual pieces. I think Gameloft need to do that more with their outfits that they do. I prefer things when they come as separate, so you can chop and change as you like. Obviously, I understand things like the onesies and stuff like that can't be individual pieces, but something like this has to come as an individual piece. I just prefer it that way. But I think overall, not a bad star path. I would definitely say if you can get the gazebo and the fireflies, do it, because they are amazing. Oh, I just realised I did forget one extra item. 1 second. Okay, I've come to the water here just to point out these lily pads. You get these golden lily pads in the star path as well. These are beautiful. I love that they're an alternative to the pink ones that we have. So I definitely think they're worthwhile decorating with. So yeah, actually these lily pads, these lily pads and the gazebo and the fireflies are the big hitting items, I think, of this update. I feel bad that I'd forgotten these, but I put these aside and then kind of sort of forgot. But yeah, no, overall I think I'm very, very happy with the star path. It's a decent star path. Like I said, not the best in terms of like all the items being star performing kind of like standout items, but certainly the gazebo and the fireflies just miles above a lot of the other star path items we tend to get. So I'm very, very happy with this star path. It was a bit of a frustrating star path to do. There was a lot of tasks that repeated that I wasn't happy about. But overall, not too bad, not too bad. Let me know what you think of these star path items below. I'm sure we're probably going to have differing opinions, because like I said, a lot of it's like aesthetics and what you enjoy and things like that. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who love the like flapper style dresses, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. We all have our own preferences and personal tastes, so that's the main thing. And I do love the sort of, generally speaking, Gameloft, like Disney Dreamlight Valley, they do try and cater for different styles and tastes, which I think is kind of fun. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and checking out some of these items in detail. Maybe it helps you decide which things to unlock first. I know you have to progress along the star path by unlocking 3 items first of all, but like if maybe this kind of convinces you like to go, okay, well, I'm definitely going to pick up the gazebo or something like that, just to avoid in the off chance that you don't finish the star path, you can kind of go for the items that you see and think look best. What is your standout item from the star path? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!